You guys remember the poem that's like, first they came for the blah, 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 and I did not speak out because I'm not a blah, blah, blah. And then they came for me and there was no one left to speak out. Well, most people don't realize the first part of that poem is first they came for the communists. First they came for the socialists. And it's a pretty good indicator of what happens in times of political repression. You know how everybody, Democrats and Republicans alike, have been trying to convince you that the problem in this country is the pesky leftists? That's something you should all be deeply concerned about, even if you're not a pesky leftist. By branding anybody with political opinions that are inconvenient as enemies of the state in some capacity, the government is able to effectively control anything they want in our country. And the most recent target of these attacks is the People's Forum in New York City, as well as Code Pink. Many of you are familiar with Code Pink, I'm sure, but if you're not in New York City, you might not be as familiar with the People's Forum. The People's Forum does amazing work within a left-wing political spectrum in New York City. The last time I had the pleasure of attending something at the People's Forum in New York City, they announced that they had raised over $1 million to help families in Palestine. They do amazing work in an anti-war space, in a left-wing political advocacy space. Now, both Code Pink and the People's Forum have been accused of having ties to the Chinese Communist Party. You cannot make this up. And a Senate Judiciary Committee is attempting to pressure the Trump administration to look into them further and get them to register as foreign agents. This is absolutely mind-blowing because, first of all, it suggests that people in the United States are not capable of holding left-wing political thought on our own. Second of all, that any left-wing political thought that does happen here has something to do with the Chinese government trying to infiltrate the United States. And third of all, if effective, it's a way to silence anybody who opposes genocidal war. By saying it's not about the actual issue, they're undercover agents of another government. This is why it's so important, even if you don't have extremely left-wing politics, to ensure that your government does not have a precedent of silencing left-wing political dissent. Code Pink and the People's Forum do amazing work, and our government is attempting to stop them from continuing down that path. We don't have any updates yet about ways you can specifically help, but it's important to keep this on your radar. Remember that by branding socialists in the United States as Chinese undercover operatives, they can get away with a lot legally, and we need to make sure that this is not a precedent that's easy to establish. Buckle up, guys. We are heading into the next Cold War. Don't let these McCarthyist Red Scare tactics work on you. The socialists, the communists are not your enemies. We're your neighbors, and we're fighting for a better future for everyone.